Hello. So, I've not had a cigar in a while. I last had a cigar on Saturday. Last Saturday, it's been about 5 days, which is a decently long time for me not to smoke. Normally it's 2 or 3 days between smokes, and I'm not smoking in the house a lot of the time. Smoking when I go out. But my friend came back from the Gran Canaries on that Saturday, and he brought me back this packet of Don Julian cigars. He had a couple himself. I had one when I was at the pub, and they are, as you can see, foil wrapped, decently sized cigars. From what I can tell, they're about 4.5, maybe 5 inches by about a 40-ish ring gauge. They remind me quite a lot of Villager cigars. You can buy them in the UK, the Villager number 9s, number 7s. That also look a lot like this. They are machine made, and you can see pre-cut, V-cut, box press cigar. Now, as you can see, that's a decent sized smoke. The draw on them isn't too bad, and from the one I had, it was a nice, mild, easy smoke. Lasted me about 45 minutes, maybe a bit longer than that, and it was lovely. It was lovely. So I've got my ashtray up here. Got all my lighters and rings in. Shift those out the way for now. Machine-made cigars are very hit and miss. There are lots of good machine-made cigars out there. I say good, decent machine-made cigars. In the UK, you can get the Oliphants, which are good machine-made cigars, relatively cheap. You can get, as I said, Villager cigars are okay. The machine-made cigar market is mainly for people who don't smoke cigars very much. But this, in Europe, they're much bigger. This cigar said it's European, Don Julian. You can buy them in a lot of countries in Europe. They sell them in Spain. They sell them, I believe, in Portugal, in Italy. They're a rather well-known brand down in that kind of holiday region. And I believe there were €10 for the box of 5. So you're looking at €2 a piece, which is, I think, perfectly reasonable. It's about £8 for a box of 5, and they're decently sized sticks. I'm thinking they're about 5 inches by, I want to say about a 38 or a 40. It's box pressed, so now the draw on this is actually really good. It's a nice draw, not too loose, not too packed. It does look a bit loose at the front, and the foot kind of is half covered. I don't know if you can see that, but the foot is kind of half covered, which is fine, no problems. Before we light this up, we need a drink. Now, since Saturday, I've not been drinking alcohol. I'm just giving myself a week's break. As such, I picked up, and I've had this before, but it is lovely, Lucky Saint, unfiltered, non-alcoholic lager. The 330ml bottle. It's got sediment in the bottom because it's unfiltered, and it costs, I think, about £1.60, £1.50, something like that for the bottle. They do sell multi-packs, not in the supermarket. They only sell these individual bottles. Go from Morrison's. Add that into my little cap collection over there. And as I said, I've had it before, and it was lovely. For non-alcoholic lager. How big is this? 330ml, so it's the size of this glass. You want, it's got to be a bit hazy because it is unfiltered, which I'm happy about. Tiny little bit left in there. We'll try it in a second. Yeah, hazy lager, which you don't see very often. Hazy lager. Not a lot of unfiltered lagers out there. At least they're easy to buy. Good carbonation. Very small head. I don't know if that's the glass or the beer or the way I poured, but not even a finger width of head. This isn't a lager glass, man. It doesn't have a widget on it, so it doesn't smell of much. A bit hoppy. What's it say on the bottle before I have a drink? Pilsner malt, Hallertau mops, single use, biscuity malts. Biscuity malts. Let's have a sip. Yeah, it's lovely. That's lovely. What I like particularly about the Lucky Saint, that's all that sediment in there. What I like about this is that it's got body. An issue you get with a lot of non-alcoholic beer, and I actually have, I was drinking some of this earlier, 0% Heineken, which, if I'm in a shop and they don't have any non-alcoholic beer, this is like £3.20 for 4. It's a bit gassy. It's warmed up a bit now. I opened it a couple hours ago. I've been busy. But this has body. It's got a nice hoppy character. A really nice level of bitterness. I don't think if you passed me that, I would know that it was non-alcoholic. It tastes like an alcoholic version. It's not 0.5%, so it is not 0.0. It doesn't really matter. It's not defined as alcohol legally. There is more alcohol in like normal stuff you can buy in the shop. It's lovely. Really, really nice. And out of all the non-alcoholic beverages I've tried this week, I've had some Freedom, which is kind of an alcohol-free Strella, and it was nice. Very easy to drink. Better than the Heineken. The Heineken's nice, but it has to be ice cold. And while that was nice, the Freedom, this Lucky Saint, is honestly a wonderful, wonderful non-alcoholic beer, and honestly something that I might just pick up and have in the house generally. Sometimes you want to have a beer, but you don't want to get pissed. Like, that is honestly really, really nice. Really nice. It really does have like a body to it, like a nice mouthfeel. It doesn't taste wet, which is a weird description for a drink, but like, especially with the non-alcoholic ales I've tried. I've had a few non-alcoholic pale ales and IPAs, and they are very, very thin, is what I mean. Like, there's not much flavour. They taste very watery, like Budweiser. Just normally tastes watery. That's going to go down a real treat with this cigar. So we'll light it up. As I said, smell-wise, it smells like decent mild tobacco. I don't know what the tobacco's from. There literally says nothing else on the packet. It just says Don Julian #1, and then it has stickers on it. Cigar, it has the Canary certificate on it and a barcode, and you're only allowed to sell it to 18-year-olds. So whatever. Now I've got the window open, the door's closed. Mrs. shouldn't complain. Though I do need to go pick up some new cigars. Probably next week I'm gonna pop into the tobacconist. Either next week I'm gonna buy some online. I've not decided yet. I'm gonna have to have a look at some online prices and put something together. Because I got paid and I'd like to have some cigars. So immediately you get this nice kind of cedar wood and grassiness. So pretty standard cigar tones from, you know, I can't tell what the wrapper is. It's a nice feeling wrapper. It's machine made. It's not reconstituted paper, whatever it's called, where they mush the paper up with tobacco that they do for other machine made cigars. You can tell it's actual tobacco leaf just from the way it burns. But you know, it's mild, cedarwood, slightly grassy, nice natural sweetness, nice creamy mouthfeel to the smoke, and it produces a lot of smoke, which I like. I like having big wafting clouds of smoke when I have a cigar. Honestly, I've had one of these and it was fine. The second one is better than the one I had when I was at the pub. Maybe that might have been because I had better cigars on me that I knew what they were like, and this is just one of the cigars that I thought I'd have today because it was a gift. I paid him for this. My friend bought them for me, and he had two himself, so he really only paid €6. You know, for the ones he gave me. Like, I was to buy him anything. I'll buy him a pint or something, and it'll be fine. They are nice. I said they're mild, but I think a cigar like this is not a cigar that you sit there, you smoke, and it's wonderful. This is for, you know, just a chill day at home. You know, for, you know, an easy way if you go out. You know, you might do a bit of shopping. You might chill out in like an outside park, like a public park or whatever. And you might just fancy a cigar, and they're in a packet, so you're able to pull them out, get the cigar out, smoke it. As I said, they last a decent amount of time, and they burn well. You can see from the burn that we're not getting any burn issues. The ash is kind of a greyish colour. It's not a nice pure white, which you wouldn't expect, you know, from a cigar like this. The front's decent. I like the pre-cut. It's just, it's one of those easy cigars. It falls into the same reason you'd buy Villagers at a cheaper price. As I said, I don't know if you can get these in the UK. I don't think you can. Don Julians, but they were €10 a piece for a cigar that is a really decent size, a really decent, you know, 45-minute to an hour smoke. For €2, creamy, easy. You don't have to have a cut with it. Something that you could bring out, for example, to the pub, or if you're meeting with friends and having a game, you know, if you're playing cards or whatever, and pass them out, because you're not going to worry about them being €2. They're not going to have to worry about cutting them. They've not got band, sure, but they look nicely presented, wrapped up in the foil. So you could easily all be sat around, you know, a table playing cards, having a cigar. On the red trail, there's this nice what was that? Very light pepper, almost like charred type. No, like charred meat. I'm gonna have to do that again. yeah, kind of like a herby charred type note. They're lovely. They're lovely, easy to smoke, very easy cigars, and smoking it reminds me of when I started smoking cigars. Um, and I started with villagers, and I started with, you know, I started with the cheap shit, the King Sixes, the signatures, God forbid the Hamlets, and I progressed to buying Castellas and Panatellas, Henry Wintermans, up into villagers, and it's that type of cigar, but better quality, better well made, more cigar, better flavour. Um, when I was doing orders online and getting them delivered, and just sitting and having a cigar watching TV. I can't believe how wonderful that beer is, though. For something that is non-alcoholic, for something that has 0% alcohol, it emulates an actual pint very well. What would I say it's closest to lager-wise? Honestly, unfiltered Stella is nice. You should try it. It's similar type of flavour profile to that. It's not very similar to a Czech Pilsner. If you're talking Staropramen, Czech Staropramen, not British Staropramen, or talking about macro beers, probably unfiltered Stella. Easy to drink, a little bit of sweetness, slight bitterness from the hops, little bit of acidity, a little bit. It's quite similar. It's unfiltered, it's hazy, so you're getting all those flavours from the beer, and you can see in the bottom all the sediment just chilling. Which makes the beer hazy. That's fine, I'll drink down to the bottom of this beer, and it'll cover my face. It'll be a lovely experience. But this cigar, lovely, and machine-made cigars are good. I don't think there is any issue with having just a nice machine-made cigar when you feel like it. It doesn't, you hear cigar snobs talk often about, it's got to be 100% hand-rolled tobacco, and it has to be from a certain country with certain blends, yada yada, certain companies. No. And they're all Americans. You don't really see anyone like that in the UK or Europe speaking about cigars like that. And if you do, fucking they're a dick. Like, this, fine cigar, easy to smoke, okay flavours, mild. I'm gonna watch some TV. I'll have a look what's on. Scroll through YouTube or whatnot. Just watch some stuff. Smoke a cigar. Have a non-alcoholic beverage, and I'll be fine. Yeah. I'd recommend if you can get your hands on some. Probably the easiest thing to do is just ask someone who's going on holiday, hey, could you, pop into a tobacconist and pick me up some cigars? Could you pick me up these Don Julians? Obviously, if they're going and they're willing to get you cigars, also get them to get you some good stuff for a lot cheaper. Cuban cigars at, a third of the price and stuff like that. But I think it's nice to have cheap machine-made cigars around the house. I've got this one more, and I've got loads of cheap machine-made Canary cigars. Because sometimes you just want to smoke. you want to relax, you want to chill out, and you don't want to have to worry about really appreciating a big £20, 25, £30 cigar. But that's me, folks. It's Jubilee week in the UK. Extended weekend. Not for me. I'm working, but enjoy it. And I'll make another video when I feel like it.